Hello, everyone. How are we doing this fine evening? Thank you much. Jesus. We're off to a great start. Thank you so much for clicking on that video. I truly appreciate it. We are back with another one of these NR2003 2022 race simulations. Of course, we're doing full 100%. Today is the 2022 Toyota Owners 400 at Richmond International Raceway. It is the seventh. Yeah, it's the seventh race of the 2022 season. So that's what we'll be doing today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Apologize for the delays these last couple days. I actually had this scheduled to stream a couple nights ago, but I got called on to work last night. Then I scheduled it for last night, and I was just feeling really under the weather. Still am a little bit, but I'm better tonight than I was last night. Just that same, damn seasonal cold or mild flu. Just late winter, early spring cold. But aside from that, I am fine. Hope you all are doing well as well. As we always do with these things, we're going to go down the starting order according to the entry list, or not the starting order, I should say the entry list. According to J-Ski. So where's the entry list? Here we go. Alright, you'll notice I have the last names are the only ones up, not the first name. That's just for the ticker purposes a little bit later on. You will see why. How we doing? Lord Shank, Cody H. Racing Fan, what's up, bud? Avery, Thick Hicks. Alrighty. So in the number one car, the winner last week at Circuit of the Americas, after picking up his first career win in the NASCAR Cup Series, driving the ONX Home/iFly Chevrolet Camaro in the number one car is Ross Chastain. Next up, this year's Daytona 500 champion, his first year full-time with Penske Motorsports in the NASCAR Cup Series. In the discount tire Ford Mustang in the number 2 car, it is Austin Cindric. Next up in the number 3 car, the Brestree Chevrolet Camaro. I have never heard that sponsor pronounced before, so I just took a shot of that. We have Austin Dillon. Next up on the list in the Mobil 1 Triple Action Formula Ford Mustang, number 4 car is Kevin Harvick. Next up, our reigning champion, the number 5 car, the HenderCars.com Chevrolet Camaro, Young Money, Kyle Larson. Next up on the list in his first year as a driver-owner, driving the number 6 car in the Violet Defense Ford Mustang is Brad Keselowski. Next up on the list is Corey LaJoie in the number 7 Nation's Guard Chevrolet Camaro. Next up on the list in the guaranteed rate Chevrolet Camaro in the number 8 car, it is Tyler Reddick. Next up on the list in the ASHOC Chevrolet Camaro in the number 9 car, it's the most popular driver, Chase Elliott. And in the Smithfield Ford Mustang, the number 10 car of Eric Almirola in his final, what he announced what should be his final full-time season in the NASCAR Cup Series. Next up on the list, in the number 11 FedEx Express Toyota Camry, we have Denny Hamlin. And next up, where's my entry list here? Just want to make sure I got all the sponsors right. Menards, Richmond, Water Heaters, Ford Mustang, the number 12 car of Ryan Blaney. Next, in the Mahindra Tractors Ford Mustang, we have the 14 car of Chase Briscoe. Making another start this season, or attempt, I should say. He attempted the 500. I don't remember if he's had a start since then. In the Neighbor Force Ford Mustang, number 15 is J.J. Yaley. And next up on the list, after coming oh so close to the win last week at Circuit of the Americas, after getting bodied out of the way and shoved into Alex Bowman in the final lap of the Echo Park Grand Prix. AJ Allmendinger came oh so close to the victory, but he'll be returning this week in the Action Industries Chevrolet Camaro number 16 car. Again, AJ Allmendinger. Next up on the list in the Violet Defense Ford Mustang, the number 17 of Chris Buescher. And then another new unique paint scheme this week in the number 18 Mars Crunchy Cookie Toyota Camry is Kyle Busch. What's going on? How we doing? Speaking of new paint schemes this year, in the Auto Owners Insurance Toyota Camry, the number 19 is Martin Truex Jr. Rocking this new paint scheme this season. Next up on the list in the Sirius XM number 20 Toyota Camry, we have Christopher Bell. And one of the rookies this year next up on the list in the Motorcraft DEX Imaging number 21 for the Wood Brothers Racing, we have Harrison Burton. Next up on the list, driving the Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang in the number 22 car, we have Joey Logano. Next up on the list, the Dr. Pepper number 23 Toyota Camry of Bubba Wallace. Next up on the list in the number 24 Liberty University Chevrolet Camaro is William Byron. And in the Leaf Filter number 31 Chevrolet Camaro is Justin Haley. And next up on the entry list in the Navage Nasal Care number 34 Ford Mustang, we have last year's Daytona 500 winner Michael McDowell. Excuse me. Next up on the entry list in the CarQuest Auto Parts / Black's Tire, number 38 Ford Mustang, we have Todd Gilliland.
You hit me under yellow. Oh! You hit me under yellow. You hit me under yellow. You hit me under yellow.
What a 2021 NASCAR diecast show. Thanks again for the Lord Shank always just throwing his wallet out in these streams. I appreciate it, bud. 2021 diecast. So I could give you my personal answer. I want the damn Larson Championship 124. But that's just me personally. I don't know. Depends on what your favorite driver is. What races you thought were cool. But next up on the entry list, thanks again, Lord Shink. Appreciate it, bud.
You hit me under yellow.
In the Hostooling.com Ford Mustang, the number 41 car is Cole Custer. In the ChevyLiners.com number 42 Chevrolet Camaro is Ty Dillon. And next up on the entry list, returning again in the Focus Factor Chevrolet Camaro is the number 43 of Eric Jones. And making yet another start this season. He's basically full-time at this point. Starting in the, what is that college? The Norfolk State University, the Spartans, the number 44 Chevrolet Camaro of Greg Biffle, the Biff. Kurt Busch. Yeah. Sorry, I was reading chat. In the Embrace Home Loans Toyota Camry is the number 45 of Kurt Busch. Next up on the entry list in the Sunny D number 47 Chevrolet Camaro, we have Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Next up, one of the winners this season in the number 48 Allied Do It Right Chevrolet Camaro is Alex Bowman. And next up on the list in the number 51 Nurtec ODT Ford Mustang for Rick Ware Racing. That's always a tongue twister for me. We have Cody Ware. Next up in the number 77 Voyager Chevrolet Camaro, we have Landon Castle. Second to last, we have in the number 78 Surface Sunscreen, Ford Mustang. We have BJ McLeod. And last, but certainly not least, chasing his first win. He's certainly looking like he's going to get it sometime this season. In the number 99 Comscope Chevrolet Camaro for Trackhouse Racing, we have Daniel Suarez. And that is your stars and cars of the 2022 Toyota Owners 400 at Richmond International Raceway. So, back to the J-Ski race page. If we scroll down. So we have a 400-lap race, which will equal out to 300 miles. The stages will be at the end of lap 80, and then lap 235, and then obviously the end of the race at lap 400. Taking a sip of water. Turning double file restarts off. I don't want any dumb lapped cars getting stuck in front of the lappers on restarts. So we're turning that off. Let's just make sure I am Fred Jones. Yes, I am. How we doing, DT? I don't know. Where did I get that ticker? It's pretty nifty dude that I know taught me how to use it. Yeah. How we doing? So, yeah, you just caught the entry list. And yeah, as we do, we will just click right into the race session. That'll automatically set the qualifying order. I've explained the ratings before, but I'll explain it again in case there's any new time or first-time viewers watching one of these simulation streams. I have the AI roster broken into 3 categories. I have like the back marker cars, I have the mid pack cars, and then the contenders, if you will. The third group, the back markers, I have the AI ratings set, all of them in that group randomly between 60 and 70. Just all their ratings in each and every category randomized between 60 and 70. The mid-pack cars are randomized between 70 and 80, and then the contender cars are randomized between 75 and 85. So that is how the ratings are broken down. So we are going to hit the race button, and that is automatically going to set the qualifying order.
Drivers, to your cars.
So we will accelerate till we have about 2 minutes left. Here we go. Suppose it would help if I got my keyboard. There we go. All right. So starting on the pole is Young Money in the number 5 car, Kyle Larson. On the outside of him is Austin Cindric in the 2 car. Behind them is Alex Bowman in the 48 and Joey Logano in the 22. Behind them is William Byron in the 24 and Denny Hamlin in the 11. Next row is Kevin Harvick and Christopher Bell. The row behind them is Brad Keselowski and Chase Elliott. Next up is Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch. Then we have AJ Allmendinger, Tyler Reddick. Then Ross Chastain, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Followed by Chase Briscoe and Daniel Suarez. Don't have the greatest cameras. Ooh, Daniel Suarez. Next up is Harrison Burton and Bubba Wallace, followed by Austin Dillon and Michael McDowell. Next up on the starting grid is Eric Jones and Kurt Busch, followed by Cole Custer, Chris Buescher. Next row is Ty Dillon and Ryan Blaney, followed by Eric Almirola and Cody Ware. Then we have Greg Biffle, Corey LaJoie, followed by Landon Castle and Justin Haley. Then the row behind them is J.J. Yaley and B.J. McLeod. Then starting last on the starting grid is Todd Gilliland. Should have the command any moment here. Sorry, I rushed through that starting order. Didn't want to miss the command. Wait for it. Yeah, Blaney did not have a good qualifying run. He was on the pole in the thumbnail, but starting like mid-pack in this race.
Drivers, start your engines!
There we go. And the engines are fired. You can't hear them at all. There we go. So let's get this right out of the way. We are going to be going back in time, in a sense. We're going to be using the 2011 Safer Barrier Project version of Richmond. That is the most recent, up-to-date version, daytime version, I should say, of this track available. There are more recent nighttime versions, but this track will be starting in the daytime on Sunday, tomorrow. So that being said, we're using the 2011 version because that's the most recent up-to-date one we have. The pace car pulls off onto pit road. And the field looks to get the green flag, and Kyle Larson sends him into turn one. And they're fanning out. Austin Cindric has a big checkup in the outside line. Kyle Larson gets clear. They're pretty even in the pack. They're on throughout the entire field. They're basically too wide. We have 3 Hendrick cars in the top 3. Harvick is the highest position non-Hendrick car. He's making a move on Alex Bowman on the inside. Just trying to figure out my controls here. There we go. So Kevin Harvick, throughout my fiddling with the controls, has worked his way up to second. What has happened to those Hendrick cars? Byron and Bowman were second and third at one point. Now they're dropping back because they're stuck on the outside. AJ Allmendinger just forcing his way underneath Truex. This bottom line is the dominant line, obviously, so far. Oops. Sorry. I hit the wrong button. Drive-Thru's beautiful ticker will be back in a sec. Because I'm watching the delay on my stream, or on my laptop, to monitor it. It'll come back. There we go. There it is. Shh. All right, anyway, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out the technical side of things. William Byron making a move underneath AJ Allmendinger for 4th place, I believe. Now here comes Ross Chastain. Forgive me, the screen is going to pause momentarily. I'll do that on the straightaway so I can pull up this screen. There we go. All right, so there's lots of battles going on, but meanwhile we got a battle for 2nd place. Here comes Brad Keselowski on the inside of Kevin Harvick. As long as he has the inside, that seems to be dominant so far. We'll see if that's the case once the tires start to wear off, but as of now, we have a bottom dominant racetrack. There's not too many unique camera angles to choose from in this version of this track, so I apologize in advance. Oh! Caution. Corey LaJoie has wrecked out early. And we have a caution. So let's go back and see what brought this out. Oh. Let's try to find a decent camera angle. Here we go. Oh, so coming off the turn, Bubba Wallace gets into Eric Almirola. Bounces off of Chris Buescher. They keep it straight, but Buescher, I'm guessing, is going to come back up and catch Corey LaJoy. Oh, they're 4 wide going into 3. That's not going to work. Oh, he gets hooked by BJ McLeod. Goes head on into the wall. Hard wreck for Corey LaJoy. BJ McLeod got a piece of it. Chris Buescher got a piece of it. Eric Almirola got a piece of that. And this looks like it's going to be the end of the day for Corey LaJoy. Let's go back and ride on board with him during this unfortunate sequence of events. So he just gets hooked. They slam together. And as a result, they're 4 wide going in here, and he just gets hooked. Wrong place, wrong time. And they're battling for last back here, and Corey LaJoy is out officially of the race. Has retired, as you can see on the ticker. Where's my paw? Spacebar, there we go. So after those pit stops, Ross Chastain has moved his way into the lead. He stayed out. That's why he's in the lead. So Ross Chastain, last week's winner. Will be starting on the front on this restart. Again, if you're just tuning in, I turn the double file restarts off for these races because the double file restarts for NR is the old school rules with the double file restarts, where the inside line would be the lap down cars lining up to try to race their way back onto the lead lap. But in this sim, that usually just means they are just getting in the way and annoying and ruining the race. So that being said, I turn the double file restarts off. So Austin Dillon. Yeah, Ross Chastain, Austin Dillon, Austin Cindric, and Ryan Blaney. 4 of those cars stayed out. Everyone else pitted this last pit stop. This most recent round of pit stops. Larson led the first 11 laps. And Chastain has been leading ever since he stayed out. Who do I think is going to crash first tomorrow? I have no clue. Ugh. I have no clue. I don't know. Why don't you ask me a prediction of something good I think is going to happen to someone? Like who's going to win the first stage? Or something like that. Alright, pace car lights are off. We're going to 1 to go. So Corey LaJoy, excuse me. Still had some water in my mouth there from taking a sip. Is our first car to DNF in this race. Everyone else is still on the lead lap. When did it say the stages are? Lap 80, okay. So lap 80 will be the stage break. Ross Chastain will bring him to green. Yeah, TV2, alright, sweet. Alright, and the pace car rolls on the pit road. They roll off of turn 4, and Ross Chastain brings them back to green. It's a good restart. So we're going to have a battle of Penske cars for 3rd place here. Ryan Blaney eager to get around his teammate. He keeps taking a peek to the inside. This might be it right here. There we go. There's the move for 3rd. Austin Cindric has to check up. Ryan Blaney goes into 3rd place. Oh, Blaney's pitting. I was just going to go on board with Blaney. He's pitting unexpectedly. You wonder why he would do that under green when he's guaranteed to lose laps this way. That is certainly not the strategy I was expecting. Meanwhile, that inherits the lead to Austin Dillon. But he is under pressure from Ross Chastain. And right after he leads that lap, Ross Chastain snatches the lead right back. So it makes you wonder if any of these other cars that didn't pit that last time by are going to end up pitting. Neither of those top three did this time. So everyone but Blaney continues to stay out. That was interesting. That all but takes Blaney out of it. Now he has a lap down. Yeah, he's back on track with 4 fresh tires, having just pitted, but he's a lap down, risking going another. Yeah, he is right in front of the field there. So that is certainly not the strategy I was expecting. Austin Cindric checks up. I can't imagine there's too much wear on these tires after just 11 laps. So certainly, yeah, I'm at a loss. I have no idea. Yeah, he might have had some sort of issue. That's my guess. Got a fierce battle for second place here. We were almost 3 wide. AJ Allmendinger trying to take a peek underneath Austin Dillon. It's the battle of the Austins. Cindric fighting back on the outside. But it's no match for that bottom groove. Ross Chastain continues to lead them. Blaney is trying not to go 2 laps down. That outside line has major checkups through the turn. And just like that, William Byron's going to sneak his way up to second place. We got a little convoy of the Hendrick cars on the inside line here. And Austin Cindric is just stuck on the outside, as well as Austin Dillon just losing ground with every turn of the wheel. Let's move our way back towards the front. Here's the top 3. Kyle Larson taking a peek underneath his teammate, William Byron. That's the battle for second. Chastain has led the most laps now today at 13. But Larson, who's led 11, is back up to second. Oh, we got a car into the wall. Eric Jones into the inside wall on the backstretch. I believe that should be a caution. It is. So Eric Jones with a major issue. Let's go back and take a look. Oh no, he gets hooked by Chase Elliott. It looks like they were 3 wide momentarily coming out of the turn. Chase tries to stick his nose underneath there, and they're 3 wide. There's just no room for it, and he just goes head on into that inside wall. Tough hit for Eric Jones, who's just bad luck this season continues. Let's take a full look at what happened. So he goes into the wall. It hits the wall hard. He's going to come back up into the field. Oh, man. Oh, no. Not the greatest camera angle, but we had a good idea of what just happened there. Let's take a different look at this. And he just bounces back into the path of traffic. There's nowhere to Harvick to go. Oh, geez. And the biff is going to be done after that one. Wrong place, wrong time for the biff for Harvick. I believe there are a couple others involved. So Chase Elliott just getting a little too aggressive in these early laps. Major issues for multiple cars here. And Kevin Harvick, I believe he's going to take out some more cars here. Ooh, yep. He's going to take out Landon Castle. I believe that's going to be the end of Harvick's day. That's the end of the Biff's day. Possibly Landon Castle's day. Castle's certainly going to be off the pace after that. Yeah, his engine is smoking. Oh, Cody Ware. Oh, my goodness. It just continues. Cody Ware hit the pit barrels. And he almost took out the 10 and the 51. Or the 15, excuse me. He just barely missed them. Oh, my goodness. How did Buescher get through that? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Calamity on the backstretch. Oh my goodness. He scrapes the wall on the outside, but that's a small price to pay for avoiding that. Oh my goodness. That's going to be the end of multiple cars days. That is the end of BJ McLeod's day. Cody Ware, Greg Biffle, Kevin Harvick, Eric Jones, and Landon Castle. 6 DNFs in that wreck. A huge one at Richmond in the early laps. Huge one at Richmond. So we're not even halfway through this stage yet. Kyle Larson's back into the lead. He did not pit this time. About half the field is pitted once, and about half the field is pitted twice. Obviously, the cars that pitted twice are in the back of the field. So tough break for about a half dozen cars, and it's wrong place, wrong time. 7 cars, actually. BJ McLeod, Cody Ware, Greg Biffle, Kevin Harvick, Aaron Jones, Landon Castle. Nope, that is 6. Never mind. All right. Kyle Larson gets ready to lead the field back to green. Can we go more than 10 or 15 laps without some sort of incident? This field is starting to dwindle down. Only got about 30 cars left in this field. Started with 37 cars, and 7 have DNF'd already. We're only 30 laps into this race. Got Hendrick running 1-2, Kozlowski 3rd, Ty Dillon in the 4th spot, Harrison Burton 5th. I wanted to pan back and see what other battles we had going on further back in the field, but looks like Alex Bowman was any moment away from sticking his nose underneath Larson, but I think he's sublime with staying in spot for now. That being said, he gets a good run there. Bowman looks like the faster car. There he goes to the inside of Larson. We're going to have a battle for the lead here. And Bowman takes the lead. This will be Bowman's first laps led today. Larson has led 18 laps. Chastain has led 16, and Bowman just led his first of the day. This ticker came courtesy of Drive-Thru. He's my boy. He's super helpful with everything I ever need. Yeah, he gave me a little tutorial of how to use this thing. It's way too complex for me to explain to you guys. And he said he's going to put out a video at some point explaining how to do it. With that being said, in the meantime, please don't bug him. He's a very busy man. He'll get to it when he'll get to it. But it will be public. A public tutorial at some point. He just needs to get around to doing it. He's not hiding anything from anyone. It's just a matter of time of putting it together. Please have patience and understanding. Thank you. All right, so Bowman, Larson continue to lead the field. We're nearly halfway done with stage 1. Oh my goodness, another caution. Another caution. This time on the front stretch. Safer barrier project. What are you doing? Ryan Blaney I saw spinning through the infield. Oh, that's... Oh, that'll be it. 3 wide involving Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell, and AJ Allmendinger. Well, this is going to be a race of attrition. There's no room and they get hooked. AJ goes head on into the wall. They squeeze Bubba. Bubba takes a hard shot. Blaney just spins. I don't think he even hit anything. He just spun to avoid and slides through the grass, I think. If he doesn't get hit, I think. Yeah, Blaney's good. Let's take a wide shot at what brought this incident out. So we are 3 cautions already, only 40 laps in. So, oh, Chase Elliott, wrong place, wrong time. And Denny Hamlin gets a piece of that. I'm not sure if that was going to be enough damage to end either Chase Elliott or Denny Hamlin's day. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, my goodness. There is almost just a huge one. There is almost just a huge one under caution. Oh, I spoke too soon. We got cars. Cars driving under cars. I have no idea what's going on. It's a cluster. But it's NR. What are you going to do? So here's the pits. Oh my goodness, yeah. There's all the lead lap cars. This is kind of a cluster, folks. Oh no, we got black flags for 4 cars. There's not any great camera angles. Alright, so here's going to be the race off pit road. So we're only 10% into this damn race. So if anything, this... Alright, so Bowman wins the race off pit road. Ty Dillon second. It looked like Larson was third. Busch fourth. Alright, please no wrecks under caution. Please no wrecks under caution. What are you guys doing back here? I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on, but let's fast forward. I don't know what to say, folks. I try to be as accurate as possible with these streams, but sometimes you get an 11-year-old track that's kind of janky. And now it says half the field is running a lap down. I'm debating if I want, at the end of the stage, to switch this to the BBMC night version. To say, hey, there was a rain delay or something, and get the 7 cars that have already DNF'd, still take them out of the roster, but then just minus the race 80 laps and then restart the race from the BBMC night version and to say there's a rain delay or something. Because I feel they're just going to keep on wrecking. Then by the end of like lap 150, we're going to have like 15 cars on track. It's already, we only have 18 on the lead lap. So let me know what you guys think of that. If you want me to switch to the more updated version of Richmond that should have way more accurate and less glitchy racing. Albeit it will be at night, which won't be accurate to the correct time of day. Yeah, there is a 2018 version of Richmond, but it's the night version. Oops. We got cars pitting. Why are people pitting? Alright, yeah, I'm gonna do that. At the end of stage 1, there's gonna be a rain delay for a few hours that sends the race into night. We should have a way more exciting race that way. Way less glitchy. We won't have them crashing every 5 seconds. We'll get those cars that were trapped a lap down due to that glitchy caution back on the lead lap. Oh, Ricky Stenhouse almost caused a caution there. He might cause one yet. They're 3 wide. That's not good. Oh, careful, boys. It is 3 wide. Oh, that might be another one. Oh, they're 4 wide. Yep, that's... Oh, my goodness. How? There, yep, there we go. And Chase Elliott's done. That's going to be another caution. No one hit him. Well, we saw that coming from a mile away. Yeah, the race was red flagged from excessive wrecking for a few hours, then it got sent into the night. So yeah, at the end of lap 80, we'll restart the race with like 320, 315 laps to go. So yeah, we saw this coming from a mile away. They should have wrecked coming out of 4 here, didn't. They're 4 wide. Chase and Truex could hook together. And yeah, they're 4 wide still going into 1, and they're sliding up the track, and there's just nowhere to go for Reddick, and Byron, he just gets hooked. And that's all she wrote. That won't be the end of Chase Elliott's day. That will be the end of Chase Elliott's day. Alright, Chase Elliott out with the fuel pump issue. Interesting. So Chase Elliott is done. Alright, who's going to survive the end of this damn stage? Just so I can reset to the night version. Yeah, it's starting to drizzle. The track conditions aren't great. That's why the drivers are wrecking. But NASCAR's just going to ignore it till the end of stage 1, and then at the end of stage 1, finally they'll throw the red flag, delay the race for a few hours, and send it into night. That's my official prediction, and I'm sticking to it. So we'll get McDowell and Stenhouse back on the lead lap. We'll basically have like 29 cars restarting the race. Everyone from, except for Elliott on back. So yeah, I want to put it on an entertaining show for y'all and actually have it be realistic to what it would be like. And I thought, well, hey, this is the only daytime version that's most recent, so I'll use this one. But now it's... I didn't do too many test races with this, admittedly. I had a busy week, both personally and professionally, so I didn't have too much time to do some test races to dial in the settings like I normally do for these. If I did, I probably would have noticed them wrecking and glitching out like they have been. Crowd's starting to get the ponchos out. And hey, we'll have way better graphics too, updated logos and stuff. It'll just be at night. So that'll be my my excuse to switch to the night version. Hey, there were some sprinkles and it got delayed for a few hours. Let me check the Richmond, Virginia weather forecast for tomorrow and just see if that's even remotely possibly accurate to maybe happening. If we have a chance of showers or rain at all. Nope. 0% chance of precipitation. Alright. So that prediction's a backfire. Alright, one to go. Gonna have 25 laps to go in the end of, till the end of stage 1. Who's gonna survive? Once we get to the end of the stage, I'll pause the race. We'll basically throw the yellow. I'll take a screenshot of my standings. We'll readjust the roster for the restarted race at the night version to get rid of all the cars that have DNF'd in stage 1. So all the cars that have crashed out, they won't be restarting, but everyone else will get lucky dogs or free passes, get back on the lead lap. Yeah, if anyone's just joining in, we've had a very crazy and chaotic stage 1. They just keep crashing. We have kind of an older and outdated version of the track. It was the most recent daytime version of Richmond that I had, so that's why I chose this one, but I think I'm going to decide to throw an imaginary rain delay, switch to a more updated night version that should have way less glitchy racing, and we'll use that for the remainder of the last 2 stages. Here comes Kyle Busch. Trying to take a peek. Doesn't make it work. Yeah, so I'll take a screenshot of the standings at the end of this one so we can see how many laps were led at the stage, who all DNF'd, what the standings were, etc. So, top 3 have spaced out. Todd Gilliland in 4th. Fending off 3 champions. That being said, he gets shuffled aside. Larson moves into 4th. Kozlowski follows suit. Top 3 are still single file. We are still green, I believe. No yellow yet. It's one of the longest stretches we've had in this first stage. Alex Bowman leading the most laps of this race. Kyle was trying to track him down to no avail. All right, Kozlowski and Kyle Larson side by side for 5th and 6th. Truex with a good run on Kozlowski. I was hoping the field survives till the end of the first stage. If we have 29 cars to send into the stage 2, I'll be happy with that. Bowman's pulling away. He seems the fastest car on the track right now. Oh, we got a yellow. Oh, we got a wreck. Who done it? Who done it? All this talk of just surviving. And you guys can't go 5 damn laps. Wait till the pace car turns his lights on. There we go. All right. Who done it? Oh, here we go. Oh, front stretch. William Byron. Oh. Oh. Looks like Joey Logano gets into Justin Haley. Sends him spinning, and he gets hit by Byron. Could have been worse. I thought Haley was going to go into this inside wall. Right here. I thought he was going to hit the tire barrels, but he just slides up. Slip from Byron, hits that outside wall. They're able to race to the line. Oh boy, will this first stage ever end? Right, here's all the leaders coming out of the pits. Oh god. Did Cole Custer win the race off pit road? I say no god to whoever just hit the pit wall there, not saying oh god to Cole Custer doing something good. Yeah, I think Cole Custer won the race off pit road there. We're gonna have like 10 laps to go to the end of the stage. Just get us to the end of the stage without too many more DNFs. How we doing, folks? We hanging in there? Hopefully your favorite driver hasn't been taken out yet. I apologize if he has. I have no control over this. This is purely an AI simulation. So I apologize if your favorite driver is wrecked out. Cole Custer leading laps. So we're going to have about a dozen laps to go in the stage on the restart. I'll be right back. I've returned. So hopefully they can survive till the end of the first stage here. That's all I'm asking. Sorry, I'm eating a granola bar real quick. I'm hungry, okay? Yeah, what up, that NR2003 guy? We've had a very chaotic first stage. Lots of cars wrecking. Lots of spins, lots of cautions. We're trying to get to the end of the first stage, and then we're going to switch to the night version. After throwing a red flag, if you will. Stage 1 ends at the end of lap 180. According to J-Ski. Green flag. Cole Custer leads him back. But Bowman, who's led the most laps today, gives him a little bumper. Try and move him up out of the way. Cole Custer hangs on to the spot. Custer leading more laps. 11 laps to go till the end of the stage. You know what it's time for? Good old fashioned crank it up. Apparently I never activated my graphic. Oh well. 12 more opportunities. Alex Bowman taking a peek underneath. Cole Custer. This is for the race lead. And he makes the pass into the top spot with a handful of laps to go in the first stage. Back to the battle for the lead. Battle for second, I should say. Cole Custer starting to fall off. Handful of laps to go. 3 laps to go till the end of the stage. I think they might actually hang on and not wreck, hopefully. Two laps to go. Uh-oh, here comes Kurt Busch. Slow car. Slow car's gonna be in the way. Actually, no, he's not. All right, white flag for stage 1. We are going yellow. And then... boom. Caution. All right, so Chase Elliott through the end of the running order. We'll be taking them out of the next roster. But everyone else will basically be getting a free pass, lucky dog, back onto the lead lap. And yeah, so we are going to screenshot up here. Control print screen. Save directly. Just so I can know who to take out of the next roster. Alright, we're just going to save this. 2022 Richmond Stage 1. Alright. So now we are going to throw a rain delay. Some sprinkles in the area for a few hours. We're still able to get the race in that same day, but it's taking us into the evening. And so now we only have 320 laps to go. So how long is... when am I going to have to throw the caution at stage 2? One quick. What's 165? I think 155. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, stage 2 is 155 laps, and stage 3 is 165 laps. So, yep. All right, so perfect. And then we got to go to the roster, though. First, we got to update that real quick. Why is my escape button not working? Oh, I suppose it would help if I was clicked on the window. All right, so let's go up to... pull up my pictures. Where... I'm looking for where that screenshot went of... there we go. There it is. Alright, so the ones that we need to take off are that have DNF'd in stage 1. It's Chase Elliott, Landon Castle. Eric Jones. Kevin Harvick. Greg Biffle. Cody Ware. BJ McLeod. And Corey LaJoy. Those are all the cars that DNF'd Stage 1. So then we're going to do that. So now we're going to have 29 cars still racing in the field. Everyone will be on the lead lap. Alrighty. The race is taking us into night, but the skies are clear once again. We're ready to get underway with Stage 2.
Drivers,
What's
to your cars.
the running order going to be like after the stage pit stops?
Drivers, start your engine.
All right, Kyle Larson's still in the lead. Alex Bowman's near the front. Christopher Bell's near the front. So most of the cars that were near the front are still near the front. Joey Logano got a little cheap boost near the front there, but... Alright, so that's helicopter, TV1, TV2, spectator, pit road 1, pit road 2. Oh, that's a nice cool little shot. Alright, getting ready to go back racing for Stage 2. Stage break will be at the end of lap 155. And Kyle Larson gets ready to lead him back to green. And we're back underway after a minor delay for a few hours. We are green. Seems like much more realistic racing. There we go. Got a good battle for second going on. Meanwhile, they're third for around 5th or 6th spot. Hang on to it back here, boys. So far, so good. Fierce battle for second between Christopher Bell and Joey Logano. And that means side by side for this long, it's allowing Larson to start pulling away. Christopher Bell looks like he's going to get him cleared. Not quite, maybe. Joey Logano's fighting back on the outside, but just those fresh tires for Bell. It's on that inside. It's too much for Logano to fight. He's able to slip back behind Bell for third. And while they continue to slug it out for position behind him. Got lots of purple cars running right here. Got Alex Bowman, Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski. It's the battle of the purple cars. Denny Hamlin, one of the few cars still down on the bottom, trying to make that work, but he's going to have a gap and slide into line here. Brad Keselowski side by side with AJ Allmendinger. Side by side. Good battle between these two. It's only two pretty evenly matched cars. On board with Kyle Busch. front. Christopher Bell looks like he's closed the gap a bit since clearing Logano. How do I set the lineup before the race? I just make a roster in the opponent manager and download all the paint schemes one by one on Stunod. I go into the jski.com entry list to look at what sponsors will be entered into the race so I can know which scheme they should be running. If the one they say is going to be running isn't available yet, I just pick a random one or their normal primary. But yeah, that's how I've been setting the grid for these AI races. Just getting the schemes off Stunod, making a roster based off the entry list on JSki, and voila. Where can I find Ricky Bobby's paint scheme for the default cover? That's a good question. Just Google Ricky Bobby NR2003 NN Racing. I know the NN Racing search feature's broken, but if you search it on Google, like search all that stuff, it should bring you a link. Because I believe those are on NN Racing initially a while back. But yeah, the search function for NN Racing doesn't work anymore. On board with Christopher Bell. So he continues to try to track down his dirt racing companion. I apologize for a second. I gotta click onto a different screen, which means the NR window's gonna pause momentarily. Sorry. There we go. They're close nose to tail for third place. Byron and Logano. Seems to be the closest battle on track. These cars up front. Did that camera switch a little too late? Oh, Byron takes a peek. Doesn't what the room needs. So yeah, this is the 2018 version of Richmond. Way more recent than the 2011 version that we were using beforehand. So we're not going to get a stage break now until the end of lap 155. Yeah, you can just... Based on the eyeball test, it appears Logano is one of the slower cars up front. He seems to be holding up the cars behind him. Because Christopher Bell in front of him is starting to pull a gap on him, and you can see these cars bunched up behind him. Now going side by side because they're having to stack up. Side by side for the fourth spot between Hendrick teammates. We'll get a good look to see who has the lane advantage right now with the current tire wear. Seems pretty evenly matched. Through the apex of the turn, Bowman has that little bit better run, but through the exit of the corners, you can see that run that Byron gets. Not so much so on the straightaway there, but maybe we'll get a better example here on the front stretch of that run that Byron gets. There we go. That was a better example. So side by side for fourth. Meanwhile, Larson continues to lead. He's led all 20 laps of the second stage. Top three are single file. We got a battle for fourth. It's the best battle on the track at the moment. battle for the 4th turned into the battle for 5th. Up there, I'll get it evened out. Things have settled down here a bit at Richmond after that chaotic first stage. So I'm not sure what the fuel window is for a track like this. I'm guessing it's somewhere around like 80 or 90 laps if I had to guess. I could be completely wrong. Oops, wrong button. So we get a good look at the top 5 spread out pretty evenly here. As we're 25 laps into the second stage. Things will settle down for a bit. Oops. I will one day not completely screw up the camera. All the camera switches. Alrighty. Since I gotta go use the restroom real quick and we got a little bit of a lull in action, it is time for a crank it up. continues to lead here on lap 36 of stage 2. Closest battle we have on track right now is probably for third between these three cars of Logano, Bowman, and Byron. Take a look at this lead for a bit, or battle. And cycle throughout the rest of the field in a little bit and see what everyone else is up to. Excuse me. I think I might be getting seasonal allergies the older I get. So Bell has been closing in on Larson, it looks like. Just based on the eyeball test and the split time as well. It's not much, but it's just ever so slightly. Keep in mind, we're going to have green flag pit stops at some point if they stay caution free. What's going to happen first? Pit stops or catching this lead or this lap traffic? Oh, Chase Briscoe is in the pits. Is that just a planned pit stop or is that some sort of issue for the 14 car? I think that might be an issue for Chase Briscoe. I don't see him fueling or changing tires. It's a tough break for the 14 car. Fortunately for him, he's already locked into the playoffs. Got some cars peeking out of line back here. I think we're going to be catching lap traffic here in probably 10-15 laps or so. They're not too far away from closing in on that first group of cars. Martinsville, Bristol, Talladega. That's a good schedule coming up. That's a great schedule coming up. Lucas, it is 3:20 because we did the first 80-lap stage in a separate race. But that version of the track, despite being daytime, the correct time of day, it was an 11-year-old track and it was acting kind of glitchy. The AI kept crashing. So I instead decided to bite the bullet through a rain delay, if you will. And then we moved on up to the way more modernized, way more realistic racing BBMC version of the track of 2018. So that's why it's at nighttime now, and that's why it's only 3:20, because the 3:20 is the time of the distance of the final two stages combined. The entirety of the race, just with the exception of the first stage cutout of 80 laps. So hence the 3:20. I know it's a little confusing, but in an ideal world, that 2011 daytime version of Richmond we would have used, or we were using, wouldn't have kept crashing the AI and glitching them out. So it is what it is. And Chase Briscoe's officially out with some sort of issue. So this is my favorite part of any dirt track race. I know we ain't racing at a dirt track, but it's a short track. It's close enough. We can dream, can't I? When the leaders are nose to tail, and then they catch the lap traffic. It's like, ooh, now they got to start navigating that. That's going to make the battle interesting. That's one of my favorite parts of the race, and that's what they're closing in on. And see the tail end of the lead lap traffic just right in front of them. Justin Haley. So we got 28 cars left on the pack. on the track, excuse me. And Lucas, also, that's why there's 8 cars missing. Because those are the 8 cars that DNF'd in that first 80-lap stage 1 race. So then when I restarted this for the final 2 stages, I didn't have those cars still running if they DNF'd in stage 1, if that makes sense. Oh, here we go. They're closing in on lap traffic. Are they going to have to pit or pass the lap traffic first? Excuse me, jeez. Got hiccups from a damn granola bar. Ooh, they're side by side up there nearly. Speaking of side by side, we do have a battle back here for 5th spot. Why am I hiccuping? Oh, do I need to do another crank it up? Darn it. Allmendinger is racing this weekend. He is sitting in 8th spot right now in the standings. Here we go. Here's the interesting part of the race. Who can navigate the lap traffic more cleanly? Sooner or later, the leader's going to get trapped at some point. It wasn't Nature Valley. It was one of those Nature Valley sweet and salty cashew bars. The regular Nature Valley ones, those are little, like, too... You almost have to, like, have them, like, be sitting in the sun and soften them up a little bit. They're just so hard and crunchy. Tough on my teeth. All right, here we go. The battle through the lap traffic begins. Yes, it was a Nature Valley sweet and salty cashew bar. Those and the peanut ones I love. All right, so they're past 2 lapped cars so far. First, Justin Haley, now Todd Gilliland. Oh! Christopher Bell taking a peek. Here we go. This is why I love the lap traffic coming into play. Gravedigger, no question. That's the classic. Oh, Christopher Bell led that lap just by a nose. And now they're stuck behind Eric Almirola, who's using up both lanes. Larson's going to get a good run down the backstretch. Here we go. Oh, look at that run he got. He clears Christopher Bell. What a move. You got background Christopher Bell on the outside of the turn. Oh, they're going to be 3 wide. 3 wide into turn 1, trying to get around the lapped car. Well, once again, Kyle Larson having the outermost line of the lapped cars. Has the better advantage down the straightaway. Jesus, why am I hiccuping? So through all that, Bell squeaks by and leads 1 lap, but then Larson gets right back around him. Where's the next lap cars? Ooh, here's Busher. He's not that far up. All right. So we got more lap traffic, not that far in front of him. So it seems the lappers are moving out of the way to the outside. Then the lead lap traffic is able to get by on the inside. Reminder, we're in stage 2. We already did stage 1 in a separate race with a separate version of Richmond that was kind of racing a little weird. That's why we switched it. That's why it says there's 320 laps left in this ticker, because we already did that first 80-lap stage in a different race. So yeah, that being said, we're currently in stage 2, and the end of stage 2 will be at the end of lap 155, excuse me. According to J-Ski, the stages are broken up into 80, 155, 165 for a total of 400. God, these hiccups. I've drank like like a bottle and a half of water already. Like, I don't know if you guys heard me in the microphone earlier, but I've been chugging water. But I appreciate the advice. I'll try sipping some more. Here we go, another lap car, Chris Buescher. Can Bell squeak by him again? It's an aerial view, see how they navigate past this car. Jesus. Oh! Bell went down up below the line for a second. That seemed like an evasive maneuver. Almost looked like Larson got loose and Bell had to go low to avoid him. That was interesting. Oh, we got a caution. And Kozlowski stays on the lead lap. Or Buescher, excuse me. We got a caution. Who was it? Suarez. No. No. Did he just stop on track? What happened? Yep. Not even an incident, just a mechanical failure for Daniel Suarez. Slows down in turns 1 and 2, and he stops on the backstretch. So he has to get a tow back to the pits, and that'll bring out the yellow. Tough break for Daniel Suarez. Here comes the rest of the field pitting. And Daniel Suarez is getting tired, so he's still going. He's not out of it. He's just going to be a lap down, excuse me. Jesus Christ. I am sorry for these hiccups. And Larson, Bell, Byron. Logano loses a few spots in the pits. Allmendinger gains a few. So the top two stay the same. Byron moves up a spot. Logano moves down a few spots. Allmendinger moves up a couple. And Suarez is now a lap down. 2 laps down, technically. We got 24 cars left on the lead lap. J.J. Yaley being the last one. Alright, so we are approaching the halfway point of stage 2. For the record, I am sipping water right now, so I'm trying. I'm doing that. I'm holding my breath. Someone scare me. Try to scare it out of me. Maybe I'll see a ghost at my house, and that'll scare the hiccups out of me. Oh, Jesus. So Larson has led all but 1 lap in this second stage. I think we'll have 2 to go this time. So Suarez is a lap down, remember, so the top 5 are running for position, but then that car's 6th in line is 2 laps down. Yeah, the other 3... Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, the other 3 cars that are a lap down are all at the back, because normally they have to wait to pit a lap after the lead lap cars, but just the way it worked out. How we doing, IDK? Excuse me. You'll have to excuse me, but I got the hiccups. Yeah, the way Suarez got in the middle of the lead lap cars is he just so happened to be in the pits after his tow when all the leaders came into pit, so if this was a normal yellow pit stop, Suarez would have been at the back with those rest of those cars because he's not on the lead lap. But he just rolled off with the leaders because he was already in the pits anyway. Pace car lights are off. We're getting ready to go back green. as I continue to sip water to stop my hiccups. Oh, jeez. So we had a great battle once they caught the lap traffic there, but let's see how good this battle will be on fresh tires with a clean track. Fresh off a restart, green flag. We are back underway. Everyone gets a good jump. No one really gets a better advantage over one another. Denny Hamlin pushes high back there. Allmendinger trying to get underneath him. And they're pretty single file for the most part. Joey Logano back in around 7th or 8th, trying to get his spots back after losing them in the pits. Byron moves Christopher Bell aside. Maybe he'll make this pass. The 24 car. Fresh tires. Now's that time to make that inside line work as best you possibly can. You ever going to go to Martinsville? I'm certainly going to try. It is definitely on my bucket list. I've been to 4 Cup Series tracks. That is not one of them. But it's certainly on my list. Byron into not the lead, 2nd place. Excuse me. Jesus, these hiccups are throwing me off. Oh my goodness. In order for me to hold my breath, that means I have to not commentate. Byron might be the fastest car on track right now. It looks like he's ever so slightly closing in on his teammate for the lead. I think he is. Yeah, he's the fastest car on track right now, I believe, Byron. So Suarez back there like 6th in line. If he can somehow get past these leaders and a caution were to come out, then he'd be back. I should say he'd get a lap back. He's 2 laps down. He wouldn't even get back on the lead lap, so never mind. Forget what I was about to say. Byron is closing in on Larson there for a bit. He's backed off momentarily. Let's take an aerial view on this gap. These 2 separate battles we got going on. One for 1st, one for 3rd. Byron is not letting Larson get away. That's why I think that Byron's the fastest car right now, because anytime Larson gets a gap on him, Byron gets it right back. There we go. There's a move for the lead, possibly. What kind of move does Byron have on these fresh tires? We saw that Larson had a good advantage on the outside line in that lap traffic battle, but right now they're on fresher tires. Byron to the inside of Larson. Larson gets a good run on the exit of the corner. Byron still has the inside advantage. And the side-by-side battle for the lead is allowing 3rd through 5th to close in. Larson isn't letting him get away. He's taking advantage of that outside line. Larson's still got a nose on the outside, but I think Byron's going to have him cleared soon. He does right there. New leader, William Byron. Now it's a battle for 2nd. There's the outside advantage I was talking about with Larson. He's able to clear for 2nd place and get back in line. Hamlin tucking out a line. Ooh, we got contact between him and Allmendinger. Allmendinger pushes up. Bowman has to cut the wheel down to avoid making contact with the 16 car. Back up front is William Byron. Starting to make a gap on second place. I thought he looked like the fastest car. Once he's into open track, he's starting to gap the rest of the field. So William Byron, currently the contending car. So everyone except for Daniel Suarez has pitted just once so far in the second stage. We got a little breakaway for the top 6. Let's take a look at that here. And a little small gap back from Bowman to Logano of about a second and a half. Yeah, you can see the gap back there. Oh, he's stuck behind Suarez. That's why that gap is becoming larger and larger, with Logano stuck behind Suarez. So reminder, the end of lap 155 will be the end of stage 2. I know I keep repeating that, but there might be new people joining in that haven't yet heard that info. Yeah, he is just pulling away. What happened to Larson? Did Larson have to pit? Oh, no. Larson with engine issues. He's out. Larson blows an engine. Running second place. Is that a sign of problems for the rest of the Hendrick crew? Right there. You can see it just let go on the backstretch. Oh, he makes contact with Denny. Oh, Denny almost creamed the pit road barrels, but he's able to get around him. And Larson is out after dominating a good portion of stage 1 and all of stage 2. He is done. And that will give the lead. Well, obviously, William Byron continues to lead, but that'll take Larson out of contention. And he ends up finishing 28th in this race. And so Byron now has a comfortable lead back to second. Closest battle on the track appears to be for 4th. Bowman and Allmendinger. Pretty close nose to tail. Then behind them, everyone's pretty nose to tail stuck behind the lap car of Daniel Suarez. So keep an eye on the battles throughout the field. But the main story right now is Byron just starting to dominate and pull away once getting that lead. Top 3 are pretty well spread out. 3rd through 5th are within striking distance of one another. Let's take a look back here and see at these guys trying to get past Suarez, because that's bunching up the rest of the field right here and causing some battles for position. McDowell running in the top 9. Top 10 right there, sitting 9th. That's causing these cars to go side by side. Everyone getting bunched up behind Suarez. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Alright, back. Up front. There is not too much going on right now. I want them to catch the lapped cars or pit or something. We need some action. Christopher Bell's currently sitting in second, but Byron just pulling away. He's got something else under that hood right now. But, like we saw with Larson, we got Byron and Bowman both running the top 5 right now, but their teammates just retired with a detonated engine about 10 laps ago. So they got to have that sitting in their minds while they're running these super fast laps right now. It's can our engines hold out this entire race? Where do you find the 20 car? It was on Stunod. Just go to the Stunod, go to the downloads, just type in the downloads Sirius XM. It was posted a while back. It was like one of the first ever next-gen cars, so you're going to have to scroll back maybe a dozen or so pages to like early February. Yeah, it was just on Stunod. It's not hidden anywhere. This scheme right here. Cool. Christopher Bell car. That's actually a pretty slick car. Yeah, it was just posted a while back, so you just have to scroll back a ways, or just search in the downloads Christopher and then Sirius, because I think like any words like 4 or 5 characters are under, it doesn't register, but those two, you should be able to find it. Hopefully that helps. Now we're just taking a look at this battle, because that's the closest one on track, because Byron is just putting on an absolute clinic. So we're 50 laps away from stage 2 end. And they'll be running till the end. Second or fourth are pretty close, but Byron is just pulling away. How we doing, folks? Who's your pick to win tomorrow? I'll actually ask you 2 separate ones. Who in your heart do you want to win, but does your brain think is going to win? Because those are 2 different questions. Obviously, someone has their fan favorite that, hey, I want this person to win every race, but you could also have a smart pick, kind of like Truex. He's like, hey, yeah, Truex has been good at Richmond historically. I will be right back. Hold on. We are going to do a good old-fashioned crank it up. Sorry, I'm back, and apparently I messed up the graphic 2 separate times now tonight. I'll get it right one of these times. So these top 5 continue to remain in the same order. We've got a close battle going on for second now. Denny Hamlin has closed in on Christopher Bell, his JGR teammate. We got a nose-to-tail battle for second. Denny Hamlin appears to be one of the faster cars on the track at the moment. I have no idea why my streaming computer is fine, but my laptop is being unresponsive right now. There we go. There we go. Just had to refresh. Sorry, I still had that damn crank it up graphic on. I'm sorry. It is a cluster right now. Oh, we got a car coming out of the pits. Daniel Suarez pitting again. Oh. And he's gonna almost kind of be in the way of AJ Allmendinger. Nope. I think Allmendinger will clear him. Or not, actually, since Suarez has the fresher tires and the inside advantage. He's going to be holding up AJ Allmendinger now. So the top 3 are clear of that lapped car. But now he's being a headache for 4th and 5th place with Allmendinger and Bowman. Hold up. Why is my ticker being weird right now? We got to... There we go. There we go. Death and sadness fell before them in the daylight. That's a good way of putting it. So Byron has already cleared the 3 lapped cars, and you can see second place sitting back there. So is this ticker just going to be showing that blank page the rest of the time? I think it is. Yeah. I didn't realize it was doing that. So how is Byron going to get screwed out of the win in this race? Stay tuned and find out. So this is right in the middle section of the race. We have just passed the halfway point. 205 laps in, 195 laps to go. Fortunately, the stream has not, or the game has not crashed yet. Man, with all those cautions early in this first stage, we're certainly a bit off pace from what this race should be taking. Yeah, FedEx Racer, if you go back and rewind and watch the early stages of this stream, we started with the day version. But then the most recent day version of the track available for this sim is over 11 years old. It's the SBP 2011 version. And yeah, it is the correct time of day, but they were racing really awfully, and they kept causing wrecks and glitching and 9 cars had crashed out in the first stage. So I was like, you know what? Instead of just having 5 cars by the end of this race and having an insanely non-exciting race, why don't I just throw a virtual red flag, little delay, and we can switch to the night version with the more updated track. Byron continuing to put on a clinic. As he has an over 3-second gap from the next closest car. I'm excited to see how tomorrow's race goes. After Chris Buescher here, William Byron doesn't have much lap traffic in front of him after that. Speaking of lap traffic, Christopher Bell finally just got past all that lap traffic. Oh, contact up here. Harrison Bird and Kurt Busch. Those are the last cars, aside from Buescher, on the lead lap. I didn't even know there was a 2012 version. Whatever. We're too far into this now. And hey, I think the race starts at like 2:30 or 3. If it goes on for long enough, might be ending at night, so. It gets dark at like 6, 7. If the race goes on long enough, there's enough cautions, it'll be starting to get dark towards the end. Byron gets past Buescher. Bell's put about a half second. Oh, here we come for the green flag pit stops. About 20 laps shy of the stage. And there goes Bell to lead that lap. Byron's in the pits. So let's see what these cars do if they start coming in the pits. And yeah, sorry about that blank gap, that blank page in the ticker right now. But yeah, this thing was designed for a 40 car field or 40 pages. 4 pages of 10 cars each, so 40 cars total. But restarting just with 29 cars kind of screwed that up. So Byron has pitted and no one else has. I can't say no one else has. No. I think a couple other cars are starting to come into the pits. Have a good one, folks. I know this is a late one. Thanks for stopping by anyway. I appreciate it. Much love. So Bell is in the lead after Byron pits. And we are 15 laps away from the stage break. Just trying to figure out what's... Yeah, there we go. Now it finally registered as Byron having pitted twice. So Byron is on... He's 1 lap down, but if the lead lap cars pit in the next 15 laps, he'll get back on the lead lap. Meanwhile, here's the battle for the lead. In the meantime, oh, that was close to being contact with the 11 and 20. Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell trying to work their way around the 15 car. Yep, here's McDowell coming out of the pits. I believe we're going to have green flag pit stops beginning for most of the cars now. I guarantee if I take a wide shot, we'll see more cars coming in. Maybe, yes, no, possibly. Yep, there's one other car in there. So how is this going to work with everyone doing their different strategies? I don't know what happened to Blaney, but he's currently sitting 2 laps down. Here comes Truex out of the pits. Oh, Blaney pitted again, that's why. Or he pitted for the second time. So if these leaders don't pit here in like the next 10 laps, this is really going to screw things up. It's going to trap a lot of people a lap down. So Blaney pitted twice. He's on fresh tires. That's why he's right behind these cars, but 2 laps down. There's Blaney trying to go around the outside with those fresh tires. Can he do it? Oh, there we go. Blaney's racing to get one of his laps back. There he goes. Yeah, Blaney's got that advantage on the outside. Yeah, if Bell and Hamlin don't pit here in like 7 laps, this is going to screw things up with the running order. So those 2 cars get one of their laps back after pitting. Makes you wonder if they're going to come in at some point. No one else is pitting right now. We're going to have like 15 cars on the lead lap if caution gets thrown here in 5 laps, which will be done with the end of the stage. See how much ground Blaney and McDowell have already gained on the leaders with the fresh tires once they got past them. So interesting strategy here. Throw the caution in 5 laps for the end of stage 2. Here comes Stenhouse with fresh tires to get his laps back. Yeah, I think we're going to have about 15 cars on the lead lap for stage 3. Come to 2 laps to go in stage 2. Here we go, this time by. Alright, so we'll be throwing the caution this time. Stenhouse trying to get his lap back desperately. Will he be able to get it back? Nope. Poor Stenhouse. With the old school double file restart rules, he's just gonna have an unfortunate draw there, not being able to get back on the lead lap. Or get one of his laps back, I should say. But now Stenhouse should be able to stay out here since he just pitted. And be in front of the leaders now. So yeah, now these guys are going to have to pit. Christopher Bell, Alex Bowman, and the rest of these guys. It's all the cars a lap down that are staying out. Some of which might just stay out, period, and not even pit next time. Alright, so here's where we find out who's going to win the all-important battle of pit road. It's going to be close between Bowman and Christopher Bell. I think Christopher Bell has the slight advantage, and he's in the pit lane, or pit stall ahead of him. There he goes. Christopher Bell wins the race off pit road. A.J. Allmendinger third. And that could be the winning move right there. Getting out of the pits first. Alright, so these three cars, Truex, Buescher, and Hamlin, all just pitted before that stage break and stayed out. So they're like on the tail end of the lead lap. Like they're having Bell passing them away from going a lap down. But if they can race Bell, keep him behind them, and then another caution comes out, then they'll be able to circle around to the actual tail end of the lead lap. Oh, never mind. It says Hamlin's in the lead. It says Hamlin's in the lead. So I guess Hamlin must have stayed out and just... Huh. I must have missed something. So I think we're going to have 160 laps to go on the restart. Well past the halfway point of this race. It's still a long way to go. A long way to go. I should be getting the one to go signal this time by. Suarez is still 3 laps down. He continues to struggle with getting those issues corrected to his number 99 car. So Hamlin is the leader. Truex is basically still on the lead lap. Buescher is a lap down, fighting to not go 2 laps down. And then that's the battle for position from Hamlin on back. Oh, Hamlin pit right before the caution. Oh, that's why. So that worked out perfectly for him, actually. I see. Okay. That makes sense. Thank you for that observation. All right, so Hamlin leads him back to green. But he's got 2 lap cars in front of him. And here we go. Hamlin's getting held up by Buescher. It's allowing Truex to pull away. Ensure that he gets to stay on the lead lap. Buescher moves up. That allows Hamlin by. Hamlin gets by cleanly. Bottom's still open for Bell. Here comes Bell and company. Now, in addition for the lead battle, it's also going to be a challenge to see if Truex can stay on the lead lap here before another caution might come out. I'm not sure how that's looking, though. He does not seem to be faster than Hamlin. Let's get a good aerial view on this gap. Oh yeah, Hamlin's definitely faster than Truex. No doubt about it. Unless a caution comes out this lap. Truex is probably going a lap down here. So Hamlin's going to get a good run here. He's going to probably stick it underneath going into 1. Not quite. Didn't have the gap. That allows Bell to close in. Got the 3 JGR cars rolling together. Kyle Busch also with a strong run in the top 10. But remember, Truex is a lap down in 16th. Still not a terrible run. Sure, he'd be liking to do better. Truex wadding up the field. It's allowing the top 4 to bunch together. Yeah, this is probably not what Hamlin wants to be seeing out of his teammate. Holding him up and causing this lead gap to shrink. That's exactly what's happening. Oh, Christopher Bell goes wide, pushes up. That goes the inside to Bowman. Bowman side by side with Bell. Oh, and simultaneously here goes Hamlin to get around his teammate. Truex is not going to go a lap down that easily. Or will he? Actually, I think he will. Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. So Hamlin clears Truex, and now Truex is going to play his position of a teammate and block all these other cars behind. Yeah, now Truex is just holding everyone else behind him up for his Joe Gibbs teammate. That's working to a charm. Denny Hamlin, who's winless in the real season, but won in our virtual simulated running of the Auto Club race earlier this year, is starting to pull away. Tough break for these cars stuck behind Martin Truex Jr. as they're just losing so much time to Denny Hamlin. Christopher Bell's like, all right, you're my teammate too. Move out of the way, please. Yeah, it's just a huge stack up from second on back trying to get around this lap car. Meanwhile, Hamlin just continues to build that gap. This is what team orders looks like, folks. I think Bell should get a run here. Not quite, nope. Allmendinger still in third. Great run for the 16 car after coming up just short last week at Circuit of the Americas. Bell's got to be getting frustrated here. Stuck behind your teammate the whole time while your other teammate just continues to gap the field. The ticker is courtesy of my good friend Drive-Thru. That's where the ticker came from. Bell getting underneath his teammate. Now he can start closing that gap on his other teammate, Denny Hamlin, for that race lead. So Truex has finally moved out of the way for those two cars. But the damage has already been done. Look at that gap from first to second. When they slow down into turn one, like get way off the gas, I think they're slowing down because there's a caution. I keep making that mistake. Got a good battle for fifth right here. Fourth, excuse me. Austin Cindric and Keselowski trying to squeak their way into the top five. So we still have 15 cars on the lead lap. Kurt Busch being the last one. He looks at risk of going a lap down soon. No, the ticker is not for sale, but drive-through will be putting a video tutorial out at some point. He just can't guarantee when, just because he's got a very busy schedule, but it will be released to the public, or at least his tutorial of how to put that together. He's not holding it back from anyone. He's just a very busy dude. So please don't bug him in the meantime, but yes, this will be in your hands sooner than later. Tyler Reddick back there into the top 10. We haven't said his name all day. Same with Bubba Wallace. Those are the 9th and 10th place cars. More cars trapped behind Truex. The gap between Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin. It was 1.3 seconds last time. What is it this time? 1.2. So Christopher Bell is gaining. It was 1.238 last time by. .1. He's gaining like almost a 10th every lap. Let's stay on board with Christopher Bell. Yes, indeed, drive-through made this. It's going to be between Hamlin and Bell, I think. 1.1 seconds. What's it going to be this time? 1.0. He's gaining like maybe 7 or 8 tenths a lap. Here, Hamlin. 1.18. He gained a little bit of time back that lap. Allmendinger's 1.9 seconds back. How much is he this time? They're both gaining on Hamlin. Oops. I always click onto the pace car right at the wrong time. Christopher Bell's within a second. That split time is closing. Got 130 laps to go. There you go. Let's get a good aerial view of what this gap for the lead looks like. That's been shrinking more and more every single lap. And Allmendinger's closing in on the lead too. He's 1.9 seconds back a couple laps ago. Now he's 1.7. So Denny Hamlin, your leader, is not the fastest car on track right now. Yeah, Seabell's gaining a solid 10th a lap if you're looking at the split time. And the eyeball test doesn't lie, too. You can see him closing in. So we're going to have an exciting battle here coming up shortly. Oh, no! Right as I say that, there's a caution. Oh, no. Who done it? I think it was Kurt Busch, was it? Kurt Busch. No, who was it? Alright, here's the pace car. We're going to pause when the lights come on. Where's the lights? This better not be another phantom caution. There's the pace car lights. Right now we circle through the field and see where a slow car is. Oh, there it is. We got Brad Keselowski into the wall. Oh, he was just turned by Ross Chastain. So going into turn 3, they just make contact and Ross just doesn't lift. Sends them both into the wall. It's a pretty decent wreck for both of them, and that's what brings out the caution of this race. Uh-oh. Hold up. I didn't just see what I think I saw, did I? No, okay, good. I thought they wrecked back there trying to get sorted out. Alright, so here's the battle for the first spot off pit road. Actually, the leaders didn't pit, did they? Hamlin and Christopher Bell did not pit when, like, everyone else did. Cindric stayed out as well. Bubba Wallace stayed out. Ricky Stenhouse, Blaney, Kyle Busch. So a lot of these cars stayed out, and then some opted to get pits, go to the pits to get tires. So very, very interesting strategy going on here. So we had about a 33, 34 lap run there. So these guys are going to be on older tires up front. These cars up front have only pitted twice since the start of stage 2. How we doing, Alpha? Should have about a lap and a half to go till we're green again. Should be getting the one to go this time by. Yeah, DT's still good. He's been hanging out, been doing his thing, painting stuff. Alright, so one to go this time by. Gonna have about 123 laps to go in the race on this restart. Here are your cars out front, but these guys are on older tires. You're going to have guys like Hamlin and Allmendinger back there that have pitted and are on freshies. Yeah, Allmendinger is the first car that has fresh tires. And he is starting 8th. So let's watch what happens with Allmendinger back in the field compared to the rest of these guys. Green flag. We are back underway. Right when we were about to have a amazing green flag battle between Hamlin and Bell. They threw the caution, but now we're back underway. Allmendinger already making moves back there. Got past the lap car of Almirola. Now he's to the inside of Ty Dillon. At the risk of missing something out front, let's go back and see what's going on with these cars on the fresh tires back here. This is going to be a big story if these guys on the fresh tires can catch and outlast the cars on the older tires. Oh, Logano. He's not content with sitting behind Allmendinger. He wants to go get spots. Surprised none of these guys have really had a great run to get underneath Ty Dillon yet. There we go, there it is. So yeah, I can just see the difference in the tires. Where is Byron on the standings? Oh, he's a lap down. Damn, I forgot. Yeah, I'm focused on Logano right now because he is the first car on fresh tires. And he seems fast. And once these tires start heating up and the fall off from the cars up front starts taking effect, that's when we're really going to see a difference. Right here he gets underneath Kyle Busch. Meanwhile, back up front, no change. That's why we're keeping track of these guys. Oh, they're 3 wide. That's never good at this track. Byron might be one of the fastest cars on track right now, but he's stuck a lap down, so that's just not in his fortune. Here comes Allmendinger. Trying to get around this lap car of Byron back to Logano. Logano's worked his way up to 5th, the first car on fresh tires. Back up front, still no difference, but looks like Bell is closing in for the lead. So let's take a look at the lap, or the lead battle now. We can pay attention to Logano if he comes into the picture. There we go. They're like 3 wide back here. Hold up. Almost 3 wide. Trying the outside. I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh, they're 3 wide. Holy cow. Back up front, just to make sure we're not missing a pass for the lead. Yeah, we're gonna follow this for a sec. Holy cow. Brad Keselowski, who just wrecked. Still racing though. He's still on the lead lap. Like, he's trying to get into the top 5 after that last wreck. Stenhouse is 2 laps down, so pay no attention to him right now. Here's the battle still. So Hamlin is not pulled away at all, so that shows you that Bell is indeed the faster car, but just with the single file groove that this Richmond track is right now, he doesn't really have a way of getting around him at the moment. Of course, Hamlin makes a mistake and pushes up. Back to the top 5 battle. Keselowski is on fresh tires as well. He's up into the top 5. He wants more. See if he can get around Byron. Byron is a lap down, so once again, don't really pay too much attention to him at the moment. He could always race his way back onto the lead lap, but right now that's not the case. All right, folks, it's time for a good old-fashioned crank it up. We have less than 100 laps to go. And don't look now, but here comes Brad Keselowski, the cause of our most recent caution, on those fresh tires with a charge heading towards the lead. Making a move underneath Christopher Bell for second place. And he makes the pass for second. Cole Custer has moved his way into third. Don't look now, but here comes Cole Custer. Taking advantage of that fresh tire pit strategy. I think we're going to be seeing a pass for the lead here very soon. I don't know if Hamlin can hold him off anymore on those old tires. Might be seeing a pass here in only these next couple corners. That is if Custer doesn't get past Keselowski first. That's going to put a damper in Keselowski's plans. We got an intense battle for the lead here. Can Keselowski get a run? Reminder that Hamlin is about on 30-lap older tires than Keselowski. So the fact that he's holding him off here is very impressive. Comes Austin Dillon, who's a lap down, trying to get his lap back. If Austin Dillon and William Byron can get past... Oh, Nelly. If they can get past Hamlin, they'll be back on the lead lap. On the tail end of it, granted, but still on the lead lap. Yeah, here comes Dillon and Byron. Man, Keselowski just charged his way up through the field, but once he caught Keselowski, he just stalled out. He can't get a run to get around him. Let's go on board with Brad. He just doesn't have that straightaway speed to get a run on him. He's way faster in the corners, but Hamlin's faster in the turns. And now here's Byron forcing his way underneath Keselowski. Actually, if Byron can get underneath Hamlin, that might be what Keselowski needs. If he can cut underneath just like that. Oh, not get turned by Cole Custer, though. This might be the pass for the lead right here. Here we go. And William Byron's back on the lead lap. Who led 55 laps earlier, but he got trapped a couple laps down with that interesting pit strategy. He's back on the lead lap now. And through all that, Keselowski's taking the lead. This is just a simulation. This is just all AI. With realistic ratings, but still AI nonetheless. So Byron needs to stay ahead of Keselowski to stay on the lead lap. Dillon needs to catch Keselowski to get back on the lead lap. And Keselowski and Custer are the battle for the lead. It's Keselowski, Custer, Hamlin, Bell, Logano are your top 5. Got still a bit of a swarm of cars back here. This is the battle for around the top 5 spot. McDowell is a lap down. Everyone else, I believe, is on the lead lap. So when are they going to have to pit next? Obviously, Hamlin and Bell and company are going to have to pit sooner than everyone else, because those are the cars. Yeah, Hamlin and Bell, they've only pitted twice this race. Bowman's pitted 4 times. Allmendinger's pitted 3 times. So yeah, everyone's on completely different pit strategies at this point. So if this stays green, I'm going to be really curious to see how this all cycles through in the long run. So we have less than 85 laps to go. It's Keselowski and Custer. Those other cars separating them are a lap down. Yeah, I'm sorry that the ticker got messed up this time, but when we restarted the race with less than 30 cars to go, we didn't have that 4th page on the ticker, so nothing's showing up. I know that looks goofy, but it is what it is. So Hamlin desperately trying to hang on to that 3rd spot, but against Logano on fresh tires, he's going to be no match. And Allmendinger on the fresher tires as well. It's probably just going to roll right by him, as will Bowman. And Hamlin's just going to get steamrolled for position here. That's going to move Bowman into the top 5, Allmendinger into 4th, and Logano into 3rd. Hamlin's going to drop back into 6th after that. Excuse me, 5th. No, 6th, yeah, 6th. He's got Tyler Reddick on the fresh tires, who's on the 3 pit stop strategy. Back up front, any change for the lead? Nope. Still Kozlowski and Custer. Any more lap traffic we're coming up on? Nope, not for a while. So we have a little bit of time to get settled in and start doing some calculations of how long the fuel runs have been and if these cars can make it on just one more stop or if they're going to need to do another one after that. Got a close battle between Allmendinger and Logano. Remember, Logano's the... Or never mind, Hamlin. I was going to say his last car on the lead lap. That hasn't pitted a 3rd time yet. Yeah, they are dropping like a rock. Hamlin was 0.57 seconds back. 0.63, yeah, he's losing about 0.6 a lap to the leader on these old tires now. So Hamlin and Bell certainly not on the winning strategy. Kyle Busch as well. It's like all the Joe Gibbs cars are on this 2 stop strategy currently. And they're just losing so much ground. Meanwhile, here's the battle for the lead. Or not really a battle, but the gap. Basically, the top 6 all have better tires. Yeah, 1st through 6th have pitted 3 or more times, and 6th through 10th are on that 2-stop strategy and are basically falling off. Like Hamlin is a good example, and you'll see how slow these guys are compared to the rest of the field. Let's look at Hamlin's split time just being more and more to the leader every single lap. That 2-tire strategy is not working. So let's watch the battle for 3rd, excuse me, between Bowman and Logano, because there's nothing going on for the lead right now. We're coming up on about 70 laps to go, 72 to be precise. So if we can stay green here, we should not have too much longer. Because they're doing about 22, 23 second laps. So we can get almost 3 seconds, or 3 laps in per minute. We can get this done pretty quickly as long as they stay green. So Byron he continues to pull away from Kozlowski. And if he can get around these upcoming lap cars, that's going to give him some cushion between him and going a lap down. Harrison Burton, is he? Yeah, Harrison Burton is on the 2-tire strategy. Like, look how much slower he is compared to Byron on the 3 tires. Like, look at this. It's not even close. I think you can just go around the outside, probably. Yep. That's what the fresh tires can do. Gives you grip to be able to go around the outside. And here's Brad. Chasing down Byron, and now having a huge wad of lap cars coming up on. So there's nowhere even near a close gap for the lead, but with that giant wad of lap traffic coming up, that can change in a second. Like, look at all that he has to deal with coming up shortly. And Kozlowski, as long as he can't get past Burton here, that's holding him up and letting Custer catch up. Kozlowski, he's going to try to go around the outside, but that's not going to work. Here we go. Here comes Custer. Oh, they're 3 wide for the lead. Or not for the lead. They're putting Kozlowski, the leader, 3 wide. This is getting interesting, folks. Remember, it's the 6 and the 41. That's our battle right now. Kozlowski gets a good run down the exit. Oh, cars are starting to pit. And now Cole Custer's getting held up by the 21 car, so that's giving Kozlowski a bit more cushion that he lost just now. But he's got to hope he doesn't get past Harrison Burton anytime soon, because he has a giant wad of lap cars coming up in front of him. Yeah, I think the tire fall off is starting to not be so much of an equalizer anymore. So I think they should be able to be good on not pitting after this. This should be their final pit stops. Oh, here comes Logano. There we go, and there goes Burton pitting. Those are all the 2 tire cars, I believe, pitting. So now here's Logano and Custer battling for second. Logano might be the fastest car on track at the moment. They're side by side for second. Meanwhile, even through this giant cluster of lap cars, Kozlowski's already gotten through most of it. Alright, so now everyone's going to start pitting. We got 60 laps to go. Logano gets by Custer cleanly. Custer, I believe his tires are starting to fall off a bit. Oh, they're 3 wide back here. 3 wide for 5th. Nope. Oh, Hamlin's on the fresh tires. Quite a lap down. 2 laps down. So now that they got the fresh tires, now and can kind of shortcut the pit stop. Yeah, I'm going to be curious to see what Hamlin can do, because he is basically the first car that was on that weird strategy. But now he's got the really fresh tires, and he's just carving his way through the field. Or at least seemingly. So now he's strapped behind Logano, and that's not really doing him too much wonders. Yeah, there we go. Go to the top. Cut underneath. There we go. That's how you do it. Denny's like, hey, I own this car in front of me. Please move. Please. There you go. So there's the leader, Brad, in front. So Denny will be back to 1 lap down once he gets past Brad, if he gets past Brad. And reminder, Brad still has to pit. At least once. I think Denny can make it till the end. So this is going to be interesting with this strategy. Don't rule those Joe Gibbs cars that had that interesting strategy at the beginning out yet. Here comes Hamlin. He's carving his way through the field. He's taking full advantage of those tires. He's not wasting any time, and he's taking full advantage of that extra grip and gaining all the spots he can. He's going to have a good run here and probably get underneath Kozlowski. Yes, he does. So keep your eye on Hamlin. He might strategy this thing. Because now Kozlowski, our current leader, he's fallen off quickly, and he's still got a pit. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to work in the long run. Got 52 laps to go. JJ Yaley still has to pit, so he's off the pace. Yeah, Hamlin's taking full advantage. Like, he's not getting held up by any of this traffic at all. For the most part. Looks like he might get held up a little bit here. Actually. Yeah, looks like he might. Yeah, he gets underneath Chastain. Yeah, as long as he's not getting held up by a bunch of cars, he's taking full advantage of being on those fresher tires. Alright, so Logano pitted now. Did he? No. Just Bowman passed him for second. Alright, so now we got... Alright, Kozlowski's pitting. No. Yes. Both the Violet defense cars are pitting. How cool is that? How in this game, like, it seems like a lot of the teammates always pit together. Like right there, the 2 RCR cars are in together. That's really interesting. All right, so where's Brad going to come out in relation to Denny? So there's Brad. There's Denny working his way down the back stretch. All right, so he's around his way through turns 3 and 4. Back to Brad. All right, Brad's in 1 and 2. Denny's going to be coming up in the background there shortly. Brad got the advantage. Brad's still out front. Technically, Bowman's out front, but once everything cycles through. All right, here's Custer pitting. Oh, Tyler Reddick's having issues because he's stuck in the pits. He was in there for a long time. Hamlin's definitely going to come out in the top 5. Once it's all said and done, certainly, I believe. But as of now, I believe once this cycle's out... Where's Bowman at? Kozlowski should still be in the lead. Here's Bowman. So Bowman, keep in mind, Bowman's pitted 4 times. And he and Byron are the only cars up front that have pitted 4 times, so Bowman might not have to pit anymore. Even though he seems a little off the pace, he might be able to go all the way and not have to pit again. But Cindric, you can see him on fresher tires, but he's 2 laps down to the Bowman, the leader. So now he's just under 2 laps down. So it's going to be a matter of, can Kozlowski catch Bowman? Or is Bowman even going to have to pit another time? Oh, it's getting dicey back here. So we got cars on different strategies. We got cars off the pace. We got cars flying. That's a recipe for a caution. Oh, they're 4 wide. They are 4 wide. Oh, man, that was close. All right. Bowman is holding up all these cars because he is, I guess tire-wise, he's off the pace. He's not going to survive these next 40 laps, I don't believe. So where is Hamlin? Here's Hamlin. And where's Kozlowski? Here's Kozlowski. The gap between Kozlowski and Hamlin is not that big. There's some lap cars separating them, but if they can get through and get into some clean air, and if Kozlowski can get held up by some more traffic, you never know. But right now it's between Bowman and Logano. Bowman just getting shoved up wide. Oh, we're 3 wide. And meanwhile, Logano's in second. So this is the gap for the lead right here. But I think now Joey's on the less pit stop strategy, so he's going to be on the older tires. We currently got 3 cars on the lead lap. Byron might actually win this. Where's Byron at? Because he's on 4 pit stops, but I believe he did it differently than Bowman, and he has fresher tires. So if you watch this split time from Byron to Bowman, I believe Byron's going to start gaining. So you watch that split time between the 3rd place car of Byron and the leader. That might start getting cut down more and more. I could be wrong. Where's Bowman? There we go. So Bowman's is not pitting as of now. Where's Kozlowski? Right here. Kozlowski's on way fresher tires, but he's a lap down from Bowman. And is going to need to get up there and get his lap back and get around and start gaining that time by quickly. He's probably putting a second a lap on him, not counting the lap traffic. But the thing is, we're running out of time quick. We only have a little bit more than 30 laps to go. So you can see Bowman, and then you'll be able to see Kozlowski in the background right there. Keep in mind, Logano is also on the same lap as Bowman, so if the top 2 cars can stretch this out, that's the gap between the 2 right there, 1st and 2nd. Logano trying to get underneath Yaley. Brad trying to not lose his momentum to the leader. Yeah, Brad might be losing his tire advantage the more and more he's trapped behind these lap cars. But will Bowman have to pit? Or can Logano catch him? Because right there's the gap, and there's no lap car separating them. Oh no, Kozlowski's getting shuffled out. Oh, but that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to go up top to get around Logano. Now Logano's losing a bunch of time. We got 30 laps to go. That's a hell of a strategy race. Alright, so if Kozlowski can get a clean pass underneath Bowman, here he's going to have 30 laps to get his lap back from Bowman if he doesn't have to pit. He's going to have to go up high again. Oh, that's hurting Kozlowski. Just being stuck behind him. He's not wearing out his tires too much, but it's hurting his pace of getting around him. Chastain's got the right idea. Now these cars are going to go up around Bowman on the outside, but Brad is not one of them. Oh, Bell. Hold up, Bell. Oh, Bell. I was going to say Bell's on the same strategy as Kozlowski. So Kozlowski and Bell are effectively racing for position here. And they finally got around Bowman, the leader. They almost wrecked him doing so. So now Bell and Kozlowski on significantly fresher tires are going to be racing to catch back up around to the back of Bowman before this race is done. Meanwhile, he's going to be trying to stretch it. They got 25 laps to do so. I think they're well on pace to do so, though. So now, Brad, you just watched that split time start whittling down. He was 21.9 seconds back last time. I can guarantee it's going to be within 20 seconds this time. As long as Kozlowski doesn't get held up by too many cars. Yep, 20. I think Kozlowski is on pace, gaining more than a second a lap. More than the amount of time he needs to. Oh, hold up. There wasn't a caution there, was there? Justin Haley, I think, ran out of fuel. Yeah, he had an issue. Justin Haley did and stopped on the backstretch. But he was down off the track, so did not register as a caution. Where is Kozlowski? Here we go. So here's the pass for third if he can get around Byron. If. That's a big if. Kozlowski's 18 seconds back. Oh, Allmendinger. Allmendinger's on the same strategy as Kozlowski. And so is Bell. So these guys, Bell, Kozlowski, and Hamlin, and Allmendinger are essentially racing for position. So these three cars, with the exception of Byron, are also on the same strategy as Kozlowski, trying to track down. Oh, this is a nail biter. This is the kind of races I love. It's a long green flag run, a bunch of different strategies. They all play out differently in the long run. Who calculated it the best? Oh my goodness, they're going to be 3 wide in front of Kozlowski. Oh, Suarez is well off the pace. So we got 19 laps to go, and Kozlowski is 17 seconds back and gaining a little less than a second. So if I'm doing my calculations correct, he's literally on pace to catch him like on the last lap. Kozlowski is. Maybe like a lap or two beforehand. As long as Kozlowski can get by these cars on the older tires cleanly. One of these 4 drivers could get it. Kozlowski, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin, or Allmendinger. They are all on the same strategy, and they are all catching Alex Bowman, our current race leader, very quickly. he was 13 seconds back that time by. And we've got 16 laps to go. Yeah, he's gaining about a second a lap. Oh, this is going to be a nail biter. In case you're just tuning in, Bowman is on older tires, as is Logano. Keselowski, Bella, Hamlin, Allmendinger, and Custer are all on the same strategy as each other. They are on the fresher tires, about 15, or about a dozen seconds back from the leader with about 15 laps to go. And they're gaining about a second a lap. So if you're doing the math right, they're going to catch him with about 2 or 3 laps to go. Oh, man. Bowman's just got to be hanging on for dear life at this point. Just hoping just to do anything he can to hang on for these final 13, 14 laps. But yeah, you can just see how slow he is compared to all these other cars. He's basically a moving chicane at this point. But he's also got a 12-second gap. But that's right there what that 12-second gap looks like. Keselowski's closing in quick, but he's also got a lot of lap traffic. But that lap traffic is also catching Bowman at an equally quick rate. Who you got, folks? You got Keselowski, you got Bowman. You got one of these cars in 3rd through 4th. In the same strategy as Keselowski, Allmendinger, Bell, Denny Hamlin. You got about 12 laps to go to find out. So that's Keselowski, about 7 seconds back. And here is Bowman. I don't think the tires will be enough for Bowman. I think he's going to lose it with about 3 or 4 laps to go. Looks like what he's on pace to do. So that's the gap right there. And here's Keselowski. So this time by, 10 laps to go for Alex Bowman. Can he hold off Keselowski, who's about 5 seconds back, but gaining about a second a lap? Right there. There's the gap. Will Keselowski have any issues? I'm just assuming that Keselowski's going to be able to hang on. Oh, he's got lots of traffic. Oh, he's getting dive bombed by the 19. That's going to slow down Kes. They're 3 wide in front of Keselowski. What if Keselowski crashes? Oh, I almost jinxed it. Where's Bowman? Bowman is up here. He has the advantage of being ahead of all this traffic. That was 7 laps to go this time by. But here's Keselowski, but he is stuck. Oh, here's the battle for position. This is for second. This is for second right here between the 20 and the 6. 6 laps to go this time by for Bowman. I don't think he's going to be able to hang on. Just, yeah, those tires. Yeah, here comes Keselowski. It looks like they're going to be taking the lead away from him with 5 to go. Here comes Keselowski. Bowman and Keselowski. Here's the battle for the lead. Oh! A caution! Oh my God, that changes everything. And I didn't even see, but Allmendinger snuck the lead away from Bowman. Wasn't even paying attention to Allmendinger. Oh my goodness, a caution. We might have like a 1 to go shootout. What brought out the caution? We might have a 1 to go shootout, if anything. If not, AJ might have stolen it. Alright, so where's the caution? Who's slow on the track? There we go, it's Custer. Custer ran out of fuel. Custer tried running it dry, and he ran out of fuel. Meanwhile, I was paying attention. Oh my goodness, this might be the race-winning move right here. Bowman and Allmendinger, the caution just came out, and this is the race back to the line. That might be the race-winning move right there, Allmendinger passing Bowman. Bowman and Allmendinger, it's just like last week, and Ross Chastain is right there too. It's literally just like Coda last week. What is going on? You can't make this up. So Chastain is a lap down, but he is separating Bowman. Oh my goodness. Chastain, who gave that boot to Allmendinger and screwed over both Allmendinger and Bowman last week. He's now a lap down, separating Bowman from the win with Allmendinger. I think it's going to end under caution, honestly. I think this is going to end under caution, if I'm being honest, sadly. Because we're going to have the lights off this time by. If that... If we don't get the lights off this time by, AJ Allmendinger just stole that win from Bowman last second, last corner. The lights are on. That's going to be it. It's going to end under caution. Oh my goodness. We got to go back and take a look at that. We got to go back and take a look at that. So once again, on the two completely different strategies, Allmendinger sneaks under. So this is the last lap before the caution came out. So here is Allmendinger and Keselowski and Bell. These three cars are on the same strategy on fresher tires. All the way up here is Bowman. So Bowman's way off the pace because he's on older tires. And so he's just way slow. Just trying to run it to the end. And right. He's not even in turn 3. He's still in turn 4. Right. Oh my goodness. He stole it. Right there. You can see Allmendinger right here. Goes underneath Bowman. Takes the spot away, and then right before they cross the line, that's when the caution comes out. Oh my goodness. AJ Allmendinger. Look at this top 3. Look at that top 3. It's like last week all over again. Just switched around a little bit. And here we go, coming to the checkered flag. AJ Allmendinger is going to win the 2022 Toyota Owners 400. A car not a Toyota wins the Toyota Owners 400. What a finish. Have you ever? That was one of the craziest finishes I've ever seen. We got to go back and watch that one more time. He stole it from Bowman in the final corner. If that caution came out one lap earlier, yeah, if Custer ran out one lap earlier, or if Allmendinger didn't quite make that pass in that last corner before the caution came out, then Bowman would have won. But Allmendinger sneaks it in the final corner. Here we go. Here's the final lap before... Oh my... Yeah. So it's basically the last lap before the caution comes out. Here's the gap from first to second. You can see the 16 and the 48 all the way up there. navigates through these cars. And all these other cars have better tires than Bowman, too. So Bowman's just stuck on the outside. If Bowman wasn't stuck on the outside, he probably would have been able to stay in front of Allmendinger. But it's right there. And then right there. That's where the caution comes out. And that's it. That's how the race ends. Under caution with Allmendinger sneaking it at the last second. What a finish. Here's your final running order. So Allmendinger, your winner with a last turn pass for the win. Alex Bowman comes up in second. Brad Keselowski third. Christopher Bell fourth. Joey Logano fifth. Austin Cindric sixth. Bubba Wallace seventh. Kyle Busch eighth. Ty Dillon ninth. And William Byron in the top 10. And here's the rest of your running order. Only had... Oh, Larson had a... had that... Yeah, the DNF with the blown engine. I forgot about that. 2022 Richmond stages 2 and 3. All right, so you know the drill. We got to do our burnouts. Allmendinger, what a finish. What a finish. I was so focused on Brad and Bell, I didn't even realize that Allmendinger snuck around both of those guys at the very end. God, I'm like the Fox broadcast booth. I'm just missing everything. Oh, boy. Where are we at, AJ? Where are we at, AJ? Oh, there he is. All right, let's pull up the test session at Richmond. Do our burnouts here and call it a night. Right around the 3.5 hour mark, exactly as I was expecting it to be. And thanks, yeah. The ticker came courtesy of Drive-Thru. He will be posting a tutorial on how to do that at some point. Please don't bug him in the meantime. He's a busy man. AJ with the win. Have you ever? So I don't think there's been a repeat winner in my NR series, nor has there been in real life yet. Here we go. Feels good doing that at the end of the stream. Hell yeah. If tomorrow's finish is anything like that, that'll be one hell of a show. That'll be awesome for AJ if he can get it after getting kind of boned by Ross last week. I was happy for Ross, but man, AJ did get screwed. He had it there at the end, then just got absolutely bodied. What a finish. What a race. We're just going to pretend that that first stage didn't ever happen. Appreciate you all watching. Looks like we're one like away from 100. Fun if y'all could change that. That'd be appreciated. Gotta say hi to the fans before heading on out. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in to another one of these simulation streams. It's always good having you here. That being said, we are going to head on out. I think Lord Shank sent a super chat. Yes, he did. Another $2. Thanks, bud, for the support. And that is it. Where's our blah, 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 blah. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. Where's our outro music? Here we go. All right, thanks again, folks. I might be live tomorrow. If I am, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'll try to figure something out in the meantime. If I don't have a live stream, I should have an upload. And, yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Cue the outro music. Hope to catch you all next time. Until then, hope you all have a great rest of your night. Peace. Bye.